You hear time and again the importance of surveillance cameras to help police solve crimes.
But some French Quarter residents say the NOPD is holding back some of the videos that they think are crucial to capturing suspects. Meg Gatto takes a deeper look in this all-new Fox 8 investigation.
Take a good look at this video. It's never been shown before on TV.
You always want to think it can't happen to you, or it can't happen this close.
This robbery took place June 11th in front of St. Mary's Church in the French Quarter.
He ran up, see, and he grabbed him right there.
David Lander's cameras rolled.
The couple got to about Governor Nichols, and they realized he was coming at them, spun around and pulled his gun up, and he shot, and you could see the muzzle fire. And the guy just kind of did like this, and he missed him.
Landers gave us the robbery footage. He says he also gave it to the NOPD 3 days after the crime. But the department never released it publicly. Instead, police sent the media 2 still images of the suspects.
Certainly, there's nothing wrong with showing him with his arm around the guy's neck and the pistol at his side.
The day before that crime, 2 tourists were robbed on Dumaine Street. This is the picture of the suspect released by police. But this is video of the holdup that we obtained.
You really hit home when you hear the audio of the guy actually holding the people up.
The video came from a homeowner's surveillance cameras. French Quarter resident Larry Lane enhanced it. He's one of the co-founders of SafeCam NOLA and routinely helps the police department find and improve the quality of surveillance video. Lane says 2 days after the robbery, he provided this footage to the NOPD and at the same time sent it to us here at Fox 8. We immediately ran the video on TV. But the NOPD never released it.
People are going to see his mannerisms, his clothing, his look, and the more information you can give people, the quicker NOPD is going to close in.
The NOPD caught the suspect days later by using the surveillance footage to track down the getaway car. Lane contends police could have gotten more help had they released the video to all media outlets right after they received it to increase their exposure.
There is a need for it. The problem is, if the public doesn't see it, you can't get the public's help to catch the bad guys.
Now take a look at this. This is video we obtained of a brutal beating of a 72-year-old last November. The NOPD only released this shot of the 2 suspects crossing a street. But our video also shows a distinctive characteristic of one suspect.
You can see one guy has a funny walk.
Wouldn't you argue that sometimes seeing a person's mannerisms or the way they walk could help someone identify a suspect?
Yeah, so you're right. We're always looking internally to see how we can get better, right? And I'm familiar with that case, and I know that at the point that they attack him, they're far away. You really can't see their faces. But you're right. If there was some sort of special gait or something like that in the way that that person moved, maybe that detective missed it. Maybe we all missed it.
Nick Gernon is commander of the NOPD's 8th District.
We look at what images are available, and then we figure out which of those images we think will give the public the best opportunity to identify the suspects, and then we release them based on that.
Explaining why the department doesn't always release video in its possession, Gernon says police don't want to re-victimize victims by showing crimes on TV. But there are cases where the department has released graphic video, like the shooting of Tulane medical student Peter Gold in 2015 and the brutal beating of Boston tourists last year. Gernon admits there's no written policy for when the department releases video versus a suspect's picture.
We often have internal conversations about what would be our best opportunity to identify individuals, and that's really how we make our decisions.
The feedback I get is that there's a concern about the image of New Orleans, especially the French Quarter. But that bothers me greatly because the cops are not here to protect our image, they're here to protect us.
Like Lane, Bob Sims says he too has heard from officers on the street about this concern from top brass. Sims helped Lane start SafeCam NOLA.
I think the policy problem is that to release the video, the districts have to get approval from headquarters, and that takes a long time, and then it's often no.
Gernon tells us videos are sent to the Public Information Office at headquarters, where a supervisor takes a look before deciding whether to release it. Back to that robbery on Charters.
The crime happened, detective retrieved the video, had it in his hands on a Thursday, and 96 hours later, NOPD didn't post the video, they posted this one still photograph. Now, in that intervening time, that guy could have gone back out and held up 5 more people in the French Quarter.
This is the side entrance over here.
Before releasing the video to us, David Lander says he actually checked with police.
They said, the more we get the video out, the better it is. And I said, so if I release this video to Megan and they show it, does that bother you? He said, no. He said,
This was the detective working
yeah,
your case.
Right. And he said, the more people that see it, the better we have a chance of arresting the perpetrator. He said that, so.
The NOPD detective.
Right, right.
Larry Lane and Bob Sims contend the public has a right to see every video the NOPD obtains of crimes to help get more bad guys off the streets. Meg Gatto, Fox 8 News.
Larry Lane says in 2014 he spent hours with the New Orleans Police and Justice Foundation writing guidelines for when police should release video versus still photographs. He tells us those guidelines were never adopted.